Who is the chapter?
Houston, we've had a problem.
To quote Captain Lovell from the Apollo 13 space mission, "Houston, we've had a problem." With the advent of progress come consequences, many of which are unintended and for which the scope of unintendedness is without measure. As of today, we still truly do not have tangible understanding of how these machines affect the daily lives, if not brains, of the individuals that use them. Research is constantly being done on how computers affect the human brain, emotions, economies, cultural communities, warfare, and global educational systems, which have been changed forever because of computer technology or digital technology. But what are other unintended consequences of technology? Arguably, the field of technology and education go hand in hand. Schools are typically the environments in which an individual learns from a teacher about prescribed knowledge, and it is the arena in which their cognitive muscles are to flex and grow. But without education or learning, there would be no new technology. So, shouldn't the two work in tandem to ensure the consistent practice of creating and discovering new ways of learning content, applying it to a problem, and creating a solution? Typically, more technology? Historically, the realm of education has been one of the great equalizers of society. Without Brown versus the Board of Education, public schools may still be operating on a two-tiered system, segregation based on race as long as the system was equal. But even Brown versus Board of Education could not have anticipated the new inequity based on technological proficiency. In many ways, public education in America is again operating on a two-tiered system, separate and definitely not equal. The issue of digital equity is truly an unintended consequence of technology. Instead of creating blind opportunity based on intellect as well as proficiency, it is furthering the divide between those that have versus those who have not across society. It is a consequence which has been parlayed into the American education system as well. The evidence is mounting and the outlook is not good. Students in lower socioeconomic status, which also includes marginalization based on race, ethnicity, and gender, simply do not have the same access to technology or opportunities to gain more sophisticated technological skills as students who come from wealthier school districts. In the introduction of their book, Toward Digital Technology and Equity by Gwen Solomon and Nancy Allen, the authors state, "Technology proficiency has become an economic imperative. At this point in human history, just to be able to work hard or learn a specific skill is not enough. People need to have a technological proficiency to compete, perhaps even prosper in our current society. The problem is that American schools are just not keeping up, and it's starting to show." Historically, schools have been the training grounds for future citizens. Schools have taught all kinds of basic knowledge subsets that an individual would need for the rest of their lives, but that just isn't the case anymore. True, many classrooms have computers and all kinds of gadgets to augment learning, but the true test of proficiency is how that technology is being used. In the book, Toward Digital Technology and Equity by Gwen Solomon and Nancy Allen, the authors further solidify the connection between minority and lower SES students, and using lower-level uses of technology is creating a two-tiered system. In a quote to illustrate this connection, the authors state, "Inequity further exists in the way technology is used with different students. The attitude that even with technology, poor and minority students should be working on basic skills and test preparation rather than engaging in higher-order thinking skills is inherently biased and harmful." The use of lower-level technology skills is further illustrated in an article by Warsher, Noble, and Stone, Technology and Equity in Schooling, Deconstructing the Digital Divide, in which they state, Becker's National Survey analyzed school use by subject area, showing that low SES students actually use computers more than high SES students in math and English courses, where computer-based drills are common, but high SES students are the main users of technology in science courses, where computers are often used for simulation. Students are coming to school, but they are definitely not getting the same education. Even in Iowa, the issue of digital equity is just as pervasive as across the nation. In a short interview with Jessica S., a teacher in Iowa, it further illustrates the dichotomy of teaching with students of higher SES students than students of lower SES as it relates to technology. She states,
I've taught in districts in 3 states with students from diverse backgrounds. One of the main issues I encounter here, a school with over 78% free and reduced lunch, is that of access. I have students whose only access to digital technology is what they get here. Kids have told me the only reason they come to school is for the free Wi-Fi. It isn't possible to assign homework which involves using specific websites because I don't know if my students have access to the internet. Also, the online curriculum we are using is simply too repetitive or low on the Bloom's taxonomy, which makes it difficult to teach critical thinking skills required for my content area, social studies. Digital technology is great for accessing information, but it doesn't help my students with analyzing the cause of historical events.
So, why is it so important that we address the issue of digital equity? The answer is simple. For one thing, Brown versus Board of Education mandates it, but in an information and technological saturated world, it is imperative to ensure that technology lives up to its lofty promise of opportunity. Students who receive training in web design, simple coding, or even basic computer science skills will be able to take those skills and use them for further schooling, job security, or even utilize technology to solve world problems. But in an effort to stem the unintendedness of digital inequity, there are solutions available, many of which require funding, primarily funding that is typically outside of many public school district general budgets. A solution presented in an article by Gwen Solomon, Digital Equity, she states, teacher preparation is key. School districts have to give teachers time to not only learn about the latest technology, but also experiment with the new technology. It is difficult to build a lesson plan around technology without understanding the full potential of the available technology. Another solution would include reducing the time students spend on computers, completing rudimentary reading remediation exercises in an effort to boost test scores, and balance it with project-based learning. Students want to create new things, new ideas, pull apart old ideas, and remediation shortchanges creativity. Finally, without fully addressing the issue of digital equity, we are allowing a two-tiered system of education to continue to manifest, and it means a future workforce filled with employees who do not possess the technological proficiency to keep up in an ever-changing technological world. It also continues to marginalize those students for whom education is meant to be the great equalizer, and in the marginalization, the ability to move outside of the confines of lower earning potential, if not poverty. In addition, while even the United States recognizes the inadequacy of our current status quo, the ability to procure the necessary funding to provide training for teachers, augment technology in classrooms, and provide opportunity for students across the nation to become equitable creators and problem solvers still seems behind in comparison to the private sector. As a country that has enjoyed great wealth over the past 200 plus years, with scientific and technological advancements that have led the globe into the digitalized age, we are falling behind. It is time to quit having bake sales for computers and put our money where our mouth is. Our students need it.